Okay, let's go.
We thought artificial intelligence was just an internet toy, a chatbot we'd ask to write jokes or help us with our homework. But we blinked, and the toy became an autonomous system capable of making decisions for entire companies. Today, the conversation has shifted. We hear about 1.3 million new jobs, but also about quiet mass layoffs. How did we go from playing with a language model in our browsers to coexisting with autonomous agents that require no human supervision? This is the true evolution of AI, and what happened in between is something no one predicted. It all started in late 2022. When ChatGPT was released to the public, it shattered every record in internet history. It reached 1 million users in 5 days. At first, the fascination was purely creative and, let's admit it, a little absurd. In 2023, we witnessed the explosion of image generators. Midjourney and Stable Diffusion improved at a terrifying pace. That's when the first wave of real panic hit.
On jobs. We try to be very clear about that, and I think it will require...
Hollywood illustrators and writers were the first to raise their voices, feeling that automation was knocking at their door. But the tech industry didn't slow down. Instead, they integrated AI into absolutely everything. The AI war had officially begun. By 2024, the landscape darkened. It was no longer just about generating text or static images. The first AI agents appeared. Systems like Devin proved that an AI could not only write code, but debug it and launch entire applications on its own. It was the year efficiency layoffs became the norm. Major corporations began quietly replacing entry-level jobs. The official justification was restructuring, but the data showed something else. Repetitive tasks were being delegated to machines that didn't sleep or collect paycheck. Which brings us to the present. The 2026 Stanford AI Index report confirms what many feared and others celebrated. The improvement has been exponential. We no longer give AI step-by-step instructions. Now we give it a general goal, and autonomous agents decide how to execute it, operating entire networks and managing logistics. The debate is red hot. Platforms like LinkedIn report the creation of 1.3 million new jobs. But there's a catch. These new jobs require highly technical skills. For the average worker, the transition isn't quite as simple. By late 2026, the public consensus seemed inevitable. Humans are becoming obsolete in the face of a perfect, tireless machine. Or at least that's what they want us to believe. To understand the true consequences of this evolution, we must first look under the hood. What exactly does an autonomous agent do? We were sold the idea that systems like Devin or AutoGPT were infallible digital workers. They could code, debug, and launch applications in seconds. But the technical reality proved to be much more chaotic. These agents lack something fundamental: real-world context. An agent can write 1,000 lines of flawless code, but it doesn't understand a company's business decisions, nor does it know why a 10-year-old legacy architecture works the way it does. And this is where evolution hit a wall called Jevons paradox, a relentless economic principle. When you make something easier and cheaper to produce, like writing basic code, the demand for that code multiplies massively. By flooding servers with agent-generated code, the industry discovered that it didn't need fewer humans. It needed humans with better judgment to oversee and fix the immense mess the machines were creating. But if autonomous agents still required so much human supervision, why did the leaders of these companies tell the world that programming was dead? The answer is dark, and it completely transformed the technological landscape. The doomsday narrative wasn't a technical analysis. It was a Wall Street marketing masterclass, selling the illusion that an AI agent replaces an entire human team justifies trillion-dollar stock market valuations, and gave corporations the perfect excuse to cut costs and lay off junior staff. The social consequences were immediate. A paralyzing fear was sown. An entire generation of students and junior developers considered abandoning their careers, convinced that a language model had already stolen their future. Yet, while panic reigned in forums and on social media, official labor market data told a completely different story. The demand for engineers kept growing. The evolution from 2022 to 2026 was brutal. Yes, we went from a fun chatbot to autonomous agents operating in the background. But the narrative of total replacement was a fabricated exaggeration. Artificial intelligence didn't substitute human judgment. It simply automated the typing. The real danger was never that the machine would learn to code on its own. The danger was blindly believing those who tried to sell us fear. The evolution has already happened. The question is, will you learn to control it? Or will you let the panic control you?